resolutions. Failing is a part of life. Sometimes we simply have to accept that what we've accomplished is not what we want to accomplish. Maybe it's something different. Maybe it's nothing at all. In my case, I've been working 12-hour shifts. It has not left me with a lot of time or energy to do much. A lot of people fail their New Year's resolutions pretty quickly. But here's the deal. You can always set new ones and continue them through the new year. It's a beautiful book. It's got James Webb Space Telescope facts in it. I believe I ordered this from Etsy. I think it was sold at the Museum of Light, but I'm not too sure. I thought today we could talk about our goals. My husband got me this Lamy pen for Christmas. He gives the best gifts of anybody I ever known. He is my favorite person in the whole wide world. And I know he's listening to this, so hi, honey. I don't know if you can see that. I might have to zoom in. Due to the way the camera is set up, I can see it's casting a shadow on the page. I'll have to get a better setup for next time I do this. Anyway. A big part of your goals and not meeting them is accepting. Sometimes you fail. Sometimes you don't live up to your own expectations. Sometimes you just have to come to that conclusion and go, well, it didn't happen. Sometimes you just have to accept that you need to be patient. It can be incredibly difficult to set a new habit, no matter how much you really, really want it. You have to be patient with yourself, and you have to be kind. Be kind to yourself. yourself should be your goal. If you don't make it, whatever it is, say, writing more often. If you don't make those 500 words or 1,000 words or whatever you were hoping for, it's okay. You have to be kind to yourself. Sometimes you have to reevaluate those goals. Why didn't I succeed? What held me back? Lack of motivation, lack of discipline, lack of time in my schedule. What about this goal made it unattainable? Think of some good reasons. They can be anything, but you have to work towards fixing that. Or, if ultimately you decide that that goal is not achievable, there's no shame in saying, look, I'm going to drop this goal for now. I'm going to replace it with something else. Something perhaps more achievable. Break your goals down into smaller pieces. Instead of writing a novel in a year, maybe 100 words a day, maybe 50 words a day, maybe just putting words on that page. Some progress is better than no progress in almost every situation. You have to be kind to yourself, but you also have to be realistic and patient. These are very important. Sometimes we simply don't make it. So where does that leave you and me? My goals for this year. We can see how well that went. No on-time delivery. However, I've gone back and reevaluated and understood that because I'm working 12-hour shifts, I can't always get what I want. I do hope that you will be patient with me as we work through this very long mess together. But first I want to talk about, I'm sure you've heard of this before. I learned about it in middle school, I think. SMART goals. And no, I don't mean the type that you develop with AI. We are anti-AI in this group. Sorry about it. Sorry, not really. SMART stands for specific, measurable, achievable. Whoops. realistic or relevant. And time-bound. I hope you can pick up some of the sounds this pen makes. It is very lovely. Specific means well-defined and clear. Measurable means in some way you can track it or measure it. Achievable means something you can actually do. Realistic means not jumping directly into a marathon when you can't even walk 10 feet. And time-bound means within a span of time. It is important to consider the 5 W's. Who is involved in the goal? What do I want to accomplish? When will it be achieved? Where is this goal to be achieved? And why do you want to achieve this goal? All of these things should be within the bounds of this. Ask yourself, how am I tracking progress? How do I know that I've achieved what I want to achieve? And for me, am I being patient and kind with myself? Because that's the most important part. I struggle to be kind to myself. God knows I'm trying. It can be difficult. One of the examples I found on the internet is increasing a test score by 5% in 4 weeks. Specific. Measurable. 5%. Achievable. It's not from an F to an A in, 2 weeks. Realistic. Same, really. It can be achieved, and it's not 0 to 100 in a week. And then time-bound. 4 weeks. Say I want to study for an hour in this one class daily. Simple, really. They're really easy. You are studying an hour after school, at home, or in the library, or something, every day, because you want to get a better test score. This is where I obligatorily pause to apologize about my hands. They are hideous, and I'm wearing fake nails. I don't know if you can see them. They're glamnetic. But I have really ugly hands because I'm a mechanic, and I wreck my nails and hands on a daily basis. So I apologize. So with all of this in mind, I want wanted to talk a little bit about my goals. Two videos a month. I can do that. I think the Big Boats videos will come in batches. I will try to maintain as much of a regular schedule with that as I possibly can. But with things like work and family situations in the way, it's not going to be as often as I had hoped. Just about every video I make, except this one, has some sort of script. And if I can't actively film, and if I can't edit at the time, I can at least work on a script. About an hour a day. A lot of my job keeps me away from home, so I can't do any of the technological stuff, but I can damn sure work on a script, even when I'm on the job site. Have 50 subscribers. I know I've been watching some videos about how to improve your subscriber count, and one of the things you have to do is be more consistent. So, yeah. I don't know if that's gonna happen. By December 31st. We'll see. If you can hear a soft clicking, it's this Vila Bella Flame candle I have. It's a lamp. It's a bulb that's supposed to mimic a calendar. Oh my goodness. A candle. Flickering flame. It's kind of hard to see with all the overhead lighting. There, I zoomed in a little bit and dimmed the overhead lighting so you can see the glow of this candle. It's just in a cheap Walmart lamp. I think I got it for $10. I looked around. I tried to buy like a secondhand something that I thought would work, but I really didn't find anything that I particularly liked. So I went with this cheap little lamp from Walmart. Anyway. I would love to do a schedule for videos like the Pine Creek ones. I'd like to do more of those. Not so often that they get annoying, but often enough that they stay relevant. I'm thinking maybe once a month. You'll be seeing this is just kind of a fun one. I want to collect more submarine merch. If I go back to Washington State, I would like to go back to the museums and see if I can get some stuff. And maybe spend a little bit of money on Etsy and like eBay. If anybody knows a place I can get some cool stuff, let me know. If you don't already know, there's a website called Sixteen Fleet. Sorry, that looks like a B. 16 Fleet. They do Navy Pride. They have stickers and I think patches and some other stuff. So if you're looking for anything from some submarines, that might be a place to look. I have looked there. I have collected some patches. We might go over my collection of patches at some point. I think that would be pretty cool. I know this one isn't relevant to any of you, because it's not really your problem if I have self-care time or not. But it's important to me to take time for self-care every day. I think if I do that, it will benefit me and it will benefit you all, because I'll be able to come back and be a little more productive every time I do a video. Currently, we are at 40 subscribers. That's about 38 more than I ever expected to have. I cannot thank you enough for 40 subscribers. You guys mean the world to me. I know I'm not very good at this, and I'm not very consistent, but we're gonna get there. Thank you so much for everything, for all the comments, and the well wishes, and of course the great deal of patience. Patience is kind of the mantra around here, I guess. I appreciate it more than you will ever know. Thank you so much. I think that's all I have for tonight. Take care of yourselves.